Let's go with this guy. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Let's cut this up real quick. Nothing fancy. Show more sets. We gotta work, man. We gotta work. Now this part, where do we place it? Below or above? I want to say, let's actually, if we go by this side, it'll be a better judge. Not across there. And then this part can actually dip a little bit inside. I think that's the happy medium section where to do it. Then from here we just go up a little bit, and we'll make this part smaller than this part down here, because it is supposed to be kind of like an overlap or armor that is being built upon each other, and that'll probably work for us. Now let's just exaggerate that quite a bit. That'll work. Oh shit, kind of mess this one up a little bit. A little bit. Fix it, I can fix it. Okay. It's super tiny. I mean, we're almost splitting hairs here, but at least it's a little more centered. Actually, it's a little bit off still. Up just a tad. There we go. That'll do. And then for the top, we're a little bit off as well. It's okay. Little bit. Much though. Pretty good. And you always need to check with the rest of the fingers. You know, fingers are really tricky to line up correctly all the time. So we'll look at them at the same time. This guy actually needed some help too. We were saying before. Okay. Better. That might work. Hacked J0012. Thank you, dude. Welcome aboard. Misco, this Undying looks awesome. Thank you. I actually play quite a bit of Undying, so it's finally something that I really wanted to get to. Senpai Genocide. You really have some skills, bro. Hope you become a top 3 artist. Wow. Okay, thanks, man. That's really nice. Do I know when they'll add Source 2? I have no idea, man. I wish I knew. How do I come up with some such detailed designs? Every time you try to brainstorm something up, it's too plain and realistic. It's just experience, dude. The more you make different kind of sets and different styles, you're able to combine them and design a lot easier along the lines. That's all, really, man. It's experience helps a lot. Hippo, oh man, what's with all the hell's going on? Did I make that life stealer set for Hobalt? Nope. I did not. No. Alright, so we're gonna. Well, I guess we can't really use that too much. Guess I was worried about the Midas a little bit. Fingers are kind of offset on the icon, so. Alright. Okay. We'll start cutting this guy up where we think it's appropriate. Somewhere over here. And the next guy. Somewhere over here, I guess. And then the pinky. Somewhere here, I want to say. Yeah, that'll look okay, I think. Gonna fucking eyeball it. Let's go! Got a set to finish. Well, we have a Zbrush Midas section to finish. This side's a little bit off, that's okay. Fix it in a bit. Let's probably go a little bit lower. This song is so good. Oh shit, look at that. I fucking nailed it. Oh, I completely fucked that part up though. Alright, we'll fix it later. This reminds me of like Rainbow Road from Mario Kart or something. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. Oh my god, I fucked this one up too. It's alright, it's all fixable. Oh, wrong angle. Wrong angle. Oops. Alright. Angles are making this a little bit difficult. Okay, we're actually the flat. Actually, I actually like that. Flat. Top a little bit more than the round. Oops. Alright, sketching this out. Sketching this out. Alright, not bad, not bad. The name of the song? Oh shit. Oh fuck, hold on. What was it? Oh my god, it's actually called Rainbow Road. By Nanobi with 2 eyes at the end. And now we get to listen to it again. Oh shit. Hey guys, translate to English please. I don't speak Russian unfortunately. So I can answer your questions. Yeah, a lot of Russians. That's alright though. Just translate it please. Something about Hobart? I was able to read Hobart, but that's about it. Probably butchering the pronunciation of his name. That's it. I'm allowed to. What the? Thank you, Zbrush. Okay, there we go. I wonder why it reminded me of, no, it still sounds like Rainbow Road from, maybe that's why they named it that actually. A little reference to the Mario Kart. A little homage, if you will. Now, if I was making this for something more cinematic, I wouldn't go this loose in terms of just sculpting this stuff out in Zbrush. I would probably build these guys out in Softimage with subdivisions and edge loops and bevels, and then bring it into Zbrush for like massive detailing and all the really fancy stuff. But this kind of precision I tend to do more in Softimage for cinematic characters. Will the custom have any, or will the set have any custom effects, icon skills, talented for Mirror Russian community? Oh, awesome. Torello, I think is how you say your name. Yes, we're gonna have custom icons. We're gonna have custom animations. We're gonna have custom special effects. We're gonna making a new Q effect for him for his ability, for his Q ability. We're making a new E ability for him, and we're making a new ultimate special effects ability as well. And we have ambient effects for the Midas and ambient effects for the Heart of Trask on his back, which are two different styles for his back item. Got you covered, B. Right. Oh, guys, please translate to English. Can I translate this myself over here? Let me try. Translate to English. Page is being translated. All right. Okay, so let me see. I use the Twitch translate options. Let's see. Russian something. Okay, so it's not perfect. Maybe you guys want to use Google if you really want me to understand you, but I'm using the Twitch translate to try and answer you guys' questions. My Russian friends. Is it only the mesh? What other colors? Yeah, this is just the mesh in Zbrush, but in Softimage we started the textures. They're not finished, they're still work in progress, but this is how far we are with the textures on the armlet and his wraps, and the wraps on his face and his body, and the urn with the Heart of Trask, and Zbrush, which is the high detail section of it for the Midas, the other style. So then we'll bring it in here after we bake it and do the textures and all that fun stuff. Hi, Jemakiko, what's up, man? How are you? I remember that Bob was talking about no effects for Source 2. Yes, so this is what this will obviously have to wait for Source 2, and same with the Chaos Knight set and some other stuff that we're working on. We know that we will have to wait for those guys, but that's okay. They are discussing the set. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I translated the page now automatically with Twitch. It's doing it from now on. So I'll be able to see a lot of their the things they're talking about and their questions. Some of, the translation's not perfect all the time, but it's pretty good so far. Pretty good. I know, I still need to do the loading screen for the Lone Druid. I know, it's just gonna be so much work. I think I've been putting it off, and we've been too busy, really. I mean, but yeah, that loading screen's gonna be a lot of work. Slow drugs, no worries, man. Thank you for being here. What software would I suggest for modeling beginners? Blender, because it's free and it does a little bit of everything. It can even do a little bit of high poly, kind of like Zbrush. Not to the same level, of course, but at least you can get your feet wet on learning that a little bit. But yeah, Blender is free and you can get started on that. If you have a little bit of money, I suggest Softimage is what I use. It's amazing. If you're a student, you can get a free version of that. You can get a free version of Maya. You can get a free version of 3D Max. So I would suggest you can start there, man. The Lone Druid loading screen, I'll actually get back to it around... Fuck. Probably just before TI. Before TI 5. if I have time. We have so many sets planned out after this chest, and then we have a bundle coming out with something else, and then we have the TI5 sets that we're working on as well after April. LiveWorkshop may throw idea your way. Yeah, absolutely, man. Oh, for the shield for the Legion Commander? Don't know if it's doable, but I remember seeing a 2-part shields that would start around the shoulder, then have an overlap onto the second part of the shield, where the elbow is, and it leads to the main part of the shield. Both parts slightly triangular. Don't know if that's able to explain well enough. I guess that would have to be more of the Ninth theme, but yeah, that is kind of pulling away from the Spartan theme. What you're describing sounds kind of cool though. If it kind of like goes together, all like it covers pretty much all their upper side all the way into the shield. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it does pull away from the theme. But I like it, man. I like the idea. Came from Twitter. Oh, what's up, Kevin? Somebody spamming us or spamming that we're live on Twitter or something. somebody probably took a screenshot of the live stealer, right? LiveWorkshop, what is your name? My nickname is right here. Sid happens. My name is Manny. You can call me either or. No worries, Timon. No worries, buddy. What chest? It's a LiveWorkshop chest. Improve. What'd you see, man? A spider? Are you attacking a spider? Dog's fighting a spider or something. I don't know what's going on. Twitch themselves said we were streaming? Who from Twitch? Who's helping us out? Oh, you guys want to see the front? There you go, man. Like I said, the texture is still placeholder. We're just getting started with the textures, but a pretty decent start, I think, with all the layers and the baking and everything on there. Working out. Especially the new eyes. I think that the eyes are gonna be key for when it's in the avatar. They really bring out the set something new. Twitch on Twitter. Oh shit! Okay, so on Twitch Twitter, we got a shout out. That's amazing. Thank you guys. Appreciate that a lot. Do something. Alright, man. Your brother's a 3D character creature artist as well. Oh, that's awesome. Twig Cootie, where does he work? How many chests are going to be in the set? Or how many sets are going to be in the chest? There's going to be 5 full sets and 1 courier that we're planning out still. Oh shit, let's check out this Twitter. They got a screenshot of the hand like really zoomed in. Well, that's still pretty cool. That's still pretty damn cool, man. Thank you so much, Twitch. That's amazing. Thank you for the support. That is awesome. Let's we're gonna screen cap that because that's really freaking cool. I am honored and humbled. Thank you. So yeah, for that chest, we're gonna have the Headless Horseman set. And since all you amazing people are coming from the shout out we got from Twitch, let me show you guys something special here. We've been showing it every now and then. This is our Headless Horseman Chaos Knight set. Check that out. Check that out, you guys. And we have the other side. Let me make color. And we have, we'll show you guys. Oh, I mean, we have a whole bunch of other previews of the different animations, but I don't want to show you guys all that yet. We're We're gonna show that later on, but we have the actual facial animations working for the pumpkin, and the avatar view is gonna be of the pumpkin that's on his hand, since his head is missing. So yeah, we got all that working out, and he actually throws the pumpkin as his stun. So that's gonna be super exciting to get into the game if it happens, and to show you guys in game when we get closer to shipping this as part of the LiveWorkshop chest. At least that's what we're gonna be shooting for when we finish all our 5 sets. Included in that chest will be our Storm Spirit set that we finished a few weeks ago. We're also gonna have a Bloodseeker set, a Bara set, a Spirit Breaker set, this Life Stealer, of course, and the Courier. Is that 5? I think that was 5. Do I have any ideas for a Slark set? I have half of a set figured out for Slark. Still need to figure out the other half for him, but I definitely want to make that Slark set, man. Oh yeah. Alright guys, the dog is freaking out. I don't know if you guys can hear him talking over here. He's whimpering. What's up, buddy? You need to go outside? Come up here. Up here. Up up. There you go. Come say hi. Say hi to the stream. Oh, okay. Calm down. Calm down. We'll go outside in a second. I just want to show the stream the reason why we have to take a break. It's your fault. Yeah? Give me a kiss. Oh, thank you. Okay. His name is Proof, and Proof needs to go outside. Right? You go outside? Okay. Let's go. Alright guys, short break, few minutes, don't go away. We'll throw a couple commercials, and we'll come right back and we'll finish sculpting the Zbrush section of our Midas that's on the back of our Life Stealer set for Dota 2. Don't go away guys, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, guys. Let's get right back to it. Hopefully, I didn't miss out too many questions on the chat. How you guys doing? What do we got? I probably missed a whole bunch. I'm sorry. Jamakika, thank you so much, dude. LiveWorkshop works at a moving picture company. Oh, that's awesome. Right on. That's awesome, Twig. And Micro Stugoreki. That's a hell of a name you got there. Where did I study? I was self-taught, man. I didn't go to school for this stuff. Okay, let's Oh. Let's get, there we go. Okay, you guys can see a little bit of our Zbrush here. I'm gonna take a drink of our Arizona iced tea. Oh, that's good. Just right click and hit translate to English, guys. If there's different languages you don't understand, that's what I got going here, so I'm able to answer some of the questions. Good luck to you, best stream. Oh man, thank you, Drago. You guys are too kind. Do we think about creating a troll set? Oh my god, he... yes. Yeah, we get that question a lot. And yeah, I mean, the only thing is that he's not actually available in the workshop yet, so we can't, even if we wanted to, we can't create sets for him. Sure. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay. Let's see, where were we? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The dog getting into shit. He's a troublemaker, I can tell you. We are everywhere. Do I use Maya? I've used Maya. I try not to use it. I'm not a big fan of Maya. I tried to use, I use Softimage, but I mean, I have used Maya in the past. I used 3D Studio Max in the past as well, but I find Softimage being the best software out of all those. Did we do a bundle for Star Ladder series? Yes, we worked on a huge bundle for them, which we are waiting on. We might have, I don't know, we're waiting to hear back from Bob on some things. And we're working with them on something else as well at the moment. So, yeah. Working with our Russian friends. Casper, good friend of mine. We friended him at TI3 and TI4. Super nice guy. Alright, where were we? Fingers? Okay. There's one thing that I think I remember I wanted to add to the fingers. Well, besides really fixing this guys up. Some of these guys are not really deep enough. Even now. But I wanted maybe some bolts, small bolts, to on top of the knuckles. They kind of read really nice. I did a test for it earlier tonight. You guys probably didn't see that stuff, but I don't know, it kind of turned out nice. So let's see what we can do with that. I should just do these by hand. I mean, this little circle stuff is pretty easy to do, but you could use a stencil for it as well. You know, if we're just to add this kind of stuff. Whoa, this is really strong. Let's go down to 20. Now, having it extruded up might not be the best way to go about it. We could maybe push them in. That seems to work kind of okay. And another thing we can do is we could make it flush. I don't. Maybe a stencil might be a good idea for the flush. Might be too thin though. Way too thin. Be something way thicker, and I don't think we have anything like that. We'll have to make a custom one, or just do it by hand. Either or. Yeah, that's not good. I'll move this out of the way for a second. My tablet doesn't reach all the way up. Okay. What the? Okay. No, we have to make a unique one. If we want it to be perfect, I mean, we could do it by hand too. Yeah. Just as a test here. Oops. How thick do we want to go with it? Maybe along there? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? In, out, or beveled? You want to see the armlet? Alright, man. Show you the armlet. These textures are still really rough, so excuse the crappiness on the edges and things like that. It's basically just kind of like getting the colors, the glows, the shadows, the gradients on there so far. And a little bit of the lighting paths, but yeah, still needs to be polished up and make, you know, really, really nice. What is my name? My name is Manny. I go by Sith Happens. You can call me either or, man. It's all good. How long have we spent on my PC today? Let's see. With this current run on the stream, we've gone 4 hours 37 minutes. Before it crashed, we were running for about 2 hours and a half. So, about 7 hours? Something like that, working on the Zbrush. Maybe less. That seems kind of high. We've been talking a lot to the chat though, and answering questions and all that, so it hasn't been all work. But that's okay. That's why we're here. Favorite heroes for me? Nature's Prophet, Faceless Void, Spirit Breaker, Life Stealer, Sand King, Tide. What am I leaving out? Chaos Knight. I said on dying. I use Disruptor every now and then, but not all that often. I think that covers it for my favorite heroes. Trying to expand my horizons. What is better, Zbrush or 3D Coat? They're very separate programs, I think. Even though 3D Coat can do some of the high poly stuff, I think Zbrush has that market cornered, and Zbrush is the best at doing that kind of stuff. 3D Coat, though, on the other hand, I love for texturing seams and using the application for it, where you can actually throw your 3D model or a screenshot of the 3D model onto Photoshop and paint out, you know, right up with all your new layers on top of that, and then throw it back to 3D Coat, and it's very, it's that section of it is better than Zbrush's poly painting, because you don't have to subdivide stuff. It doesn't do doesn't leave little errors behind like Zbrush tends to do every now and then. So for that thing, I really like 3D Coat. For Zbrush is just hands down the best at, you know, high poly sculpting, and it does poly painting really well as well. But it's mostly for more cinematic characters. Not so much for seam work and things like that. It's different. Oh, thank you, Sasha. Welcome, guys. Gonna see a Tinker set in the future. I would love to make a Tinker set. I don't have any ideas for a Tinker set yet, though. So we'll see where we get to on that. Hey Sid, you're doing awesome work. Are you being paid for this? Nope. I run the live workshop and stream and trying to teach the community for free. Just to help out. Why does Naix have green legs? I don't know, man. That's part of the default model. I think it's just because he's been like wandering around forever, and they're either just dirty as all hell or rotting. Is my reasoning that I see behind it. And his front arms, I guess, or his legs, his front arms, are red from his attacks. You know, they're his weapons, so they're blunted with blood. So that's why they're different colors. I know some people don't even realize that they're different colors inside of the game, but you see the one here is like, you know, night and day. In game, you don't even really notice that much. It works in game actually fairly well. I support this. So yeah, that's why I made the bandages a little bit more green on the bottom and the back feet as well. And still need to do paint highlights and all sorts of crap on there, but yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. This is what the textures look like so far, if you guys are curious. There's a stencil that we used to do the chainmail on his arm, or scale mail, if you will. So this, I know it looks like a huge mess right now, but here, let me show you guys the wireframe. So that's the wireframe, and that's how much, how packed these UVs are. There's a very little space being wasted all across it, which is really nice. And Photoshop is freaking out. Why are you freaking out, Photoshop? Alright, well, we'll switch over to Zbrush while Photoshop freaks the hell out. It's all good. Items for Meepo, yes. We almost did an item for Meepo for New Bloom, man, but we didn't quite went through with it because we wanted to do really cool special effects for it. And for New Bloom 2015, we're not allowed to do special effects because of Source 2, I believe. So we switched from Meepo over to the Templar Assassin. You like the first one better? The guy sticking out? Whoops. Try the top bits a little bit and see how this comes out. Smaller on the top. Why do you save at the roars times? Alright, that looks pretty alright. We can always lessen the effect in Photoshop as well, but I think this will read pretty decent, I wanna say. And we'll make one side a little bit stronger, maybe the bottom part. I don't know. Try some things out. Give them a little bit more weight, even though it should be the same all the way around. It's just a little trick. It'll create a little shadow for us, a little stronger shadow on the bottom. Instead of us having to paint everything, you know, help Photoshop. And we'll make it a little bit blunted, not perfectly round. Some chips we're taking. Also gonna add more detail to this as we move forward. I think that looks okay. We can even start adding cuts and chips up here. That kind of fun stuff. And this part is going to be glowing, just like our reference here. Let me bring that on screen so you guys can see it. We took some liberties, of course. We designed, you know, our own little touch for the Midas. Made some sections larger so that they're visible from far away in game, like the scales, the armor scales, and the opening where the coins come out. And most people haven't realized these are little coins coming out. You can't really see them from in game. It's so little in game, right? But it's got a little coin there, and I guess that's where they come out from. This little glowy magical section. I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're going with. All right, so maybe for the inside we do like just the little bolt. What the hell's going on? Oh, right, okay. Gotta go freehand. And I don't know, we might need another cut over here as well to match it up. So let's go, let's do it. It should be going probably across here somewhere. No, we gotta go lower. Gotta go lower. And we'll actually change it up a little bit and make this part actually look more hollow. Hollow. And the other side. And they should go right across here. We're gonna cut into it a little bit so it looks like this is actually a separation in the armor. Push that in a little bit. Both directions. Okay, bring it across towards the middle. Right across here we'll do our dip. Oops. A little strong there, a little strong. And same deal over here. Cut into here, make it a little better shadow when we bake it into our normal map. And ambient occlusion, I should say. Alright, these guys are a little bit off, so let's move them a little bit. Okay, we're gonna make them a little bit deeper so they're more visible. Yeah, that's a little too much. Oh, there we go. Okay. And with that there, we can go back to our other brush and just that little indent, little bolt action. It's just gonna be a dot in the texture, but still, you'll be able to see that little detail. It'll be nice. And then I think I want to follow through with that a little bit down here. No, too big, too big, too big. Each one of these layers. I don't know, might be a nice touch. I'm not worried about that bottom part. I'll fix that in Photoshop later. Maybe this guy should be larger, perhaps. Try that again. Yeah, like that. So one thing when you're adding detail or sculpting or even just concepting artwork, the sense of size is something that should be something you should take really into consideration when finishing a new piece, whether you do the details halfway through or towards the end of it. Make sure that whatever pieces you're creating differ in sizes, but not only the big shapes, of course, right? You don't want to have everything be the same shape, but the details should actually help you determine the size and the weight of an object and actually create it, make it look way more realistic at the same time. So imagine if this little circles were about maybe the same size as this piece over here. Right, if we were to do that, you know, it'd be something like that and something like that, and you don't get really a sense of the scale of the item. Everything is just bulky, and it just ends up looking really cartoony. You know, and you see this sometimes in some sets, some items, and you don't really get a sense of craftsmanship or really just size. I mean, for the lack of a better word, it's just you don't get it. So if you're gonna make some detail, make sure that even if it's super tiny on the texture, I mean, you don't want to get pixelated, right? But make sure that you have some variance in sizes for your details, and it actually speaks volumes for the size and the diversity of your model. It's it makes a big difference. Those little guys there might not seem like much, but it is. It does add up. Maybe we add, I don't know. We don't really too many of these. Just in a few places. Yeah, maybe we can go with that, like a medium-sized one over here somewhere. Or maybe we go outwards for these guys. That's gonna be too little if we're adding height to the sculpt. So we'll want to... Here. I went too far in my undo. Okay. Want to go bigger on this guys. And we'll want to keep them flat, I think. I'll kind of build them up and then just punch them in a little bit. Really easy to make these little bolts. And I like making them by hand. I don't like using stencils too much for these guys. And if it doesn't work out, it'd be super easy to get rid of these guys inside of Photoshop. So no big deal if they don't end up working out, or if they add too much detail, or it starts getting too busy. You know, it's not a big deal. We can always take these little guys away. I think we're a little bit off there. Might go a little bit higher here. Like all the way up here. Oh my god, too big. Okay. That guy's a little bit on flush with this guy here. Oh, that's too big. Alright. I don't want to go overboard with those guys either and put them everywhere. Let's see how many is too many. Quick little test, always worth it. Actually not looking too bad. I don't know, that might be too much. Too many circles. Ariel, what's up girl, welcome back. Rolling being used. Hey, awesome. There's the cog again. Love to see the cog being called out. It is Zbrush indeed. Steve HD. Yeah, dude, it's been about 5 or 6 days last stream. We got super busy, but yeah, we're streaming a lot more, man. We're trying. Stuart, it's me. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow and all the other follows that have come through. I know I'll be missing a lot of them, but we're trying to finish this set tonight, or at least a lot of the Zbrush for it. Yeah, I'm not crazy about those top sections. Maybe just keep them on the side. Maybe a couple over here. Oh, that's too big. I don't know. No, those don't fit. I just like the two, I think. Maybe they're just a little bit bigger. Whoops. We'll scale these guys up a little bit more. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Sure, I want to add more that little bolt as well to the next one over, but we'll try it out. Doesn't work, we just don't do it. You know what? I think if we make them small, but let's make them not as deep, and that'll actually help still keep the design aspect of and rhyming of the rest of the set, but it won't be as noticeable. Yeah, just a little bit. A little bit. That's enough. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Kill the hero? Yeah, alright, man. Got a lot of people coming through. They're wondering what the hell we're working on. Life Stealer, and right now we're doing the Midas that he's carrying on his back. And the Midas is animated, actually. We added some bones and we have it moving inside of the game, and it's dropping coins as Life Stealer is walking around. It looks freaking awesome, awesome in game. And after we finish the Zbrush, at a later day we'll be baking it and then doing the textures for it. You guys can see here our work in progress textures for the rest of the set, and our other style for the back, which is the Heart of Tarrasque, with a little urn that is being broken apart and a little frog head, you know, a little shout out to Ice Frog. Yeah, that's what's going down. And make a set for Tinker. I don't think Tinker is available in the workshop, man. So yeah, I haven't really thought about any ideas for Tinker. LiveWorkshop, ever had any craftsmanship jobs, like working with leather, wood, or whatever? No, not jobs. I mean, I went to college for 1 year, but that was for like classical art, you know, like live drawing and real sculptures and 2D systems and things like that, photography. But yeah, it was just a 1 year like introduction, whatever. So I mean, I didn't learn any digital stuff on there or took like real craftsmanship stuff that you're talking about. What happens to the heart? The heart is actually going to be animated, so it's going to be pulsing. And when Naix dies, the urn breaks apart and the heart falls off and rolls around and leaves a streak of blood behind it. And then after a few seconds, the heart will blow up into chunks and sit there for a few seconds more. Do I stream once a week? No, we're trying to stream 3 times a week right now. And later on, when we're not crunching a crazy amount, maybe we'll stream a lot more. But yeah, about 3 times a week right now is what we're trying to aim for, because we're super slammed with crunching, finishing up a chest and another hero bundle set, and then in April we're gonna start gearing up for TI5. I know, man. I want to make this the first set for Undying, absolutely. And Zeus is also not available in the workshop, so we cannot make sets for Zeus. Sorry. I would love to, though. I would love to make a set for Zeus. And for the new Zeus, if he gets redesigned, I would love to even more to make a set for that. I'm not a big fan of the current set either, so I look forward to the remodel, if that is indeed what's happening. Yeah, what's something really cool about this, you see the texture. The holes are actually holes on the alpha, so you actually see the Naix model underneath, so you see the blood underneath there. You see the light poking through this section here. You see the pants poking through these holes here. You see actually part of the bone on this side, because it's different. You see some more of the skin poking through these guys. You see the green underneath there. And also you see the tethered bits that are hanging off that will be swinging about with in-game physics. You'll be able to see through those and see the grass underneath and all that, so it's worked out really nice, the Zbrushing that we did for this stuff. And here, let me show you what that looks like. So here it is. I didn't bother like deleting it or anything, I just kind of pushed it back, and I knew that I'd be able to cut that out in the alpha, but still get the height and the edges that I was looking for when I was sculpting it in Zbrush. Same for this long piece and same for the arm pieces over here. Strikeys, thank you, man. How do you texture properly? Like make sure everything is mapped correctly, etc. Okay, so to texture properly, you have to make UVs, which look something like. Let's see. Let's grab these UVs here for this item. I'll show you the UVs. They look like this. So think of shrink wrapping something like an apple or your arm. You know, you have a square piece of saran wrap or metal wrap or whatever, and you put it across your arm, and you are gonna end up with a seam, and the seam is this edge right here, and this edge right here. This is where they meet. That's why they're showing up as green on the sides, and that's because I have it wrapping around to the side, and they have the cut right there. So the tricky part about doing UVs is figuring out where you want all the seams to be and where you can hide them the best. And at the same time, you have to make sure you use as much of the space as possible without losing a lot of space inside. So here, let me show you. Well, these are kind of overlapping each other, so it's kind of hard to show. Yeah, they're just gonna keep overlapping each other, I guess. I mirrored some of the sections, so that's why they're right on top of each other. But you see, like the black space underneath is the space that actually, and I can show you guys in here. Hold on, the checker map. There you go. So see the darkness there? That's the wasted space, and it's not a lot. This is actually pretty. These UVs are actually pretty, really tight, and we wasted very little space, which means we left more space to be used for our UVs, and it's gonna end up giving us a higher resolution inside of the game, so our textures will look better, hopefully. I don't know what the hell I had on here. What was it? Life Stealer base chains? What is this? Arms? Arms PSD. There we go. So yeah, so think about it of like shrink wrapping stuff to then unfold, bring into a 2D program, which looks like this. There's the UVs that we were mentioning before. Hide those. And yeah, we start, you know, throwing our baked masks, our baked textures that we did in the 3D program to get like a light to shine some highlights over the top, some shadows on the bottom. We also did an ambient occlusion pass, which adds self-shadowing sections like onto the little, very little things like the in between the wraps, things like that. And then we did a normal map bake, which looks like this. So this is what's gonna make it look a lot higher polygon inside of the game. That's the trickery that happens inside of games. So do you see this Zbrush stuff? All this stuff is being baked down into this, and then this will actually create more shadows and more highlights, even though there's no geometry to actually create those there. So that's what the normal maps do, and that's why we make the nice detailed version in Zbrush before throwing it over and texturing in Photoshop. And yeah, this is what's getting us there. I mean, we still have to do quite a bit on the textures, but it's a really good start. I'm losing my voice. Hey Vixen, thank you. I hope so. Oh, actually, I had a shot of the heart animating. Where is it? Did I lose it? Oh, hold on. What did I do with it? I think it's this one. Yeah, there it is. So obviously this has like really old placeholder textures on it, but this is the animation that Abyss did for the first pass for the heart. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do the motion's gonna be mostly on the top side, and it's gonna move the spikes a little bit and up and down at different times. So it's gonna add a little bit of depth to it, and it's gonna move the frog piece that has a little spike going through it a little bit better than this first pass. It was just a first test. So. Yeah, we'll have some really nice motion going on the heart at all times, and some blood squirting out every now and then. And for China, we'll probably have to turn that into a black squirt instead of the red, or just get rid of it completely, but shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Well, I don't know, maybe we're able to keep the blood squirting red, I don't know, for China. We'll keep it red for the Americas though. And for Europe and all the other places in the world. Faceless Void? Yeah, we actually have a Faceless Void planned out, but we have to wait for the remodel of him first. Make sure we do a good job on it. Plant Stove. You did some 3D modeling in university, but texturing was always a trouble for you. Like creating textures from scratch. Thanks for the info, dude. Very inspiring watching you work away. Awesome, dude. Yeah. So if you're having trouble starting them from scratch, make an ambient occlusion map out of your high poly stuff. I'll show you what that looks like. That's down here somewhere. There we go. I want to duplicate this and bring this all the way to the top so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, and we're gonna take the style of that. Okay, so this is an ambient occlusion map that gets baked down from the Zbrush stuff that you guys saw, the high polygon stuff. So this is the self-shadowing things that I mentioned, and with this you can make a new like your color layer. Say let's just for the sake of argument, we're gonna have like a brown wraps or whatever. You can grab this map, give it a multiply, and decrease the amount of it to like 35%, and check that out. You have a pretty good starting point for your color texture. You know where all the shadows are. Now in here you can start going in there, like maybe make a new layer. Whoops. Maybe making a new layer, and maybe start painting some brighter browns, or I mean, if you want to start this early, you can. I mean, it's gonna take a while to paint everything by hand, but just to give you an idea of what you can do if you turn down this down and start painting a bit of the highlights there for some of the edges, because this map allows you to know exactly where everything is and actually create some of the shadows for you that already get baked on there. You know, you can highlight some of the cracks even. You can make some of the sections maybe even darker. You can start maybe adding some cracks along the way. You know, and you're golden. A good thing to do though is to do light passes as well, so you even bake a little bit of the lighting into your items, and really speed up your workflow and get to something like this. Greetings from Portugal. Oh shit, awesome. What's up, man? Greetings for the USA from California. How are we doing on time? Almost 4 in the morning. God damn it. Oh. Damn, goddamn. I wish I could finish this for you guys tonight. I'm not sure we can get there. I mean, we got pretty far. I didn't think we'd get all the details in. Well, I mean, the base details in. I still want to go through this and kind of add some damage. Some cracks here and there, like here, let's do a few before we have to go pass out, so we can be productive tomorrow. So say this is actually cracked along the way here somewhere. It'll be a nice little detail, you know. It's not gonna be overly big or anything. But this is the thing that I was talking about earlier, you know, giving a sense of size to the other pieces instead of everything being the same size. You have everything the same size, it reads like a bad model, amateur model. Everything needs a relationship to be able to differ, you know, from large and small details. And yeah, it just adds more realism to it. Gives it a sense of placement. It belongs a lot better. Whoops. And we damage across here as well. A little bit sharper. So this little detail that I'm doing right here, this scratch, maybe, you know, whoever was wearing the glove at the time used it as a defensive gauntlet, and this lash went across his fingers there and kind of trailed off towards the bottom there. So actually, this section would have a really big gash on it. Maybe trail off a little bit as it goes lower. Yeah, see, that actually works together. It feels like something actually happened instead of just random damage throughout. I try to stay away from just making it random. I mean, you have to do a little bit of it random, right? So, like, it's the longer, the more used the item was, you need to age it, you know, with battle-worn scars or just decrepitness or rust or whatever it is that you're creating. But you gotta be random, but not overly random. If that makes sense. Wow, that's a huge follow train, you guys. Thank you so much for the follows. As I completely screw up my edge here. Hey, coming in. Watch Sith mess up on his model. Alright, happens all the time. We always fix it. And maybe not too much damage in here on the palm. Too much. A tiny bit here and there. Actually, what would be cool is maybe the hand of Midas itself is so old, part of it might be cracked, like completely fell off or something. Let's see, what can we do? Maybe a piece over here fell off. What would look good? The inside or the outside? I'm gonna go with the inside. I'm gonna chip away at this. And from that chip, we're also gonna add some cracks towards the inside. And maybe this piece gets broken off a little bit as well. Who knows what this Midas went through before it ended up on Naix's back. It's old, it's been in him in the tomb for many centuries perhaps. Maybe many kings and warriors used it before his time. Before he stole it and got buried with it. Maybe he hid it. Maybe he went back into the tomb to rescue it. Maybe it wasn't his own tomb, you know? A million things you can come up with for its own new lore for items. I like to make new slight, you know, I mean keep a little, you know, keep the essence of the hero, but definitely make new lore. I mean, otherwise it'd be, I don't know, what's the point, man? And maybe these parts are a little bit more of the weak point, so maybe they tend to crack in these sections a bit more than others. Crazy amount, but yeah, just a little bit so we get a nice little shadow there when we make our maps, our bakes. Is this just custom content that you're making, or are you working for Valve while you make these? This is our workshop. We're submitting to the workshop. So yeah, no, not internally for Valve or anything at the moment. Looks like an Iron Man hand. Yeah, a little bit. But hey man, you know, kind of looks like that for the hand itself, so. Alright. I'll show you guys the rest of the set for the new people that have joined. And they're like, why is he making just a Midas? It's actually on the back of our mummy set for Lifestealer. Check it out. That one chip is better than any of my attempts. Oh, Marcus. Hey man, but you saw me how I did it, right? So now you can try it out and then perfect it. Ariel all over that cog. That a girl. What's up, Cole? Welcome to the lab workshop. Annie, guess what's the luckiest thing that happened to me? Someone gifted me a nested cash. You got the rating token, so you redeemed the chest with the PL set. Oh shit! Nice, the Alliance chest, and you got the PL in the first shot. Very nice, dude. Very nice. The movement on him? Well, no, it's gonna have the most, for the most part, the same animations, but we are making new animations for his death sequences. 2 new death animations for, well, yeah, no, there's gonna be 2. One for when he's got the Midas on his back, and if you change the style and have the Heart of Trask on his back, then we'll have a different animation for that with other special effects that happen, and it's gonna be really, really unique. You can tell what it says on your phone. You should be able to zoom in on it, but yeah, it says Zbrush right in there, the cartwheel. When am I gonna be adding detail to the mummy? The detail on the mummy is pretty much done, man. I think that's as far as we want to take that detail on all the wraps. What we still need to do is finish the textures. We kind of just started the textures, so yeah, we'll be doing that in the next streams. Finishing those textures up and doing the Midas textures after we do the bakes, and then after that is materials. Yeah, I mean the wraps took a long time. I didn't think I would spend that long on the wraps, but I actually did a lot of wraps back in my, the last studio I worked at. So I you know, when I finished, you know, the main part of the wraps, I was like, no, we gotta take this farther and, you know, make these wraps really, really unique, unlike any wraps that are in any other set. So I really wanted to make them pop out, and I think we did a pretty good job making them look like mummy, decrepit, nasty, dirty, old, really old wraps on the mummy. So yeah, I mean, we'll still have to, you know, like I said, work on the textures quite a bit, add some dirt, some better gradients, some better shadows. But yeah, I think it's turning out. Oh, let me just this is a stencil we used to do the the part of the armor on the Midas. What the heck? It's a fuss on my mouse. I couldn't move my mouse to make this the scale male over here. Turn out all right. All right, let's go back to our Midas and finish up. A little detail we're just doing. The big gash is starting to look pretty good. I don't think I want to go add too many of the gashes this size, but I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. A little bit flatter in some sections. Gonna read a lot nicer in game. Needs to get wider as well. Do we not have that on? Oh, shh. Turn on our face back masking and make our life a lot easier. If you guys have never used it and you're using Zbrush, always turn that stuff on. Enemy introduced me to that, and I was like, oh my god, where has this been all my life? Alright. A little nicer. And we'll end of the slash here. Would I say I'm a professional rapper? Very nice, man. Very nice. I see what you did there. I wish I could rap. Never really tried. I used what's it called? Unfold. It comes with soft image, and what you have to do with it is tell it where you want the seams, and then at that point you need to have a little bit of experience using Unfold tools, and basically knowing where the best place to put the seams in. Once you do that, the program unfolds it for you and does a really nice job of keeping them all, you know, pretty undistorted. And then after that, it's your job then to place them as a, you know, play the puzzle game and place them without losing too much space on the texture square, really, in the texture file. And that's one of the things that I've gotten really, really good at, is making super tight UV spaces and allowing us to have high resolution in our textures. Goes a long way. Goes a long way. Alright, let's add a little bit of dirt here. Dirt that might have gotten stuck. Part of the Midas. Thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. And of course, when there's gashes, you don't want to just cut into it all of the time. You know, that metal that got sliced, some of it got pushed to the sides. So you wanna show that a little bit. You know, some of that metal got bent up here the most, and create a little bit of a bevel, make it look more realistic. That volume, you know, didn't just disappear. It got moved, like everything else. Mass doesn't go disappear anywhere, right? Like energy transferred. Why vote for the TA set? Oh, I just haven't updated it, man. I haven't had time to change the vote there and throw it over to the sales page. But I'll get to it, man. I'll get to it. I'll update it. JMM Bree, welcome to the LiveWorkshop. Let's see what else would be pretty damaged. Maybe up here somewhere. Oh, too much, way too much. Where did that end up? Maybe it clinked over here too? Maybe the... Well, I guess the fingers would be the most damaged. They would interact with the most. So maybe these guys are cracked a lot more. There's more wear and tear. Literally. Across the gauntlet and the fingertips. Makes sense to me. Maybe even cracked, kinda. That might look kinda cool. Too much, too much. This would be a good time to save artwork. Oh, Zbrush, not the autosave. Let me do it. The fingertips kinda grained it and frictiony. They would probably actually be smoother. Metal, well, depends if they're rusted more than anything. But yeah, the thing that I'm at right now is more like battle damage. Or defensive wounds kind of things.
Don't you know Bobby Joe? Listen up, sister.
Can somebody tell me how to subscribe? You are new here. Sky Killers. There's a subscribe button right below me. I think it's along there somewhere. I'm guessing. I can't see it, obviously, from my screen, but yeah. I'm using an Intuos 4. It's below the FAQ. Check it out. Thank you, Fallen Maverick. Appreciate that. I started with a base mesh from Soft Demolish. Yes, absolutely. Actually, I can show you that mesh. Check this out. Check this out. This is it. I grabbed our low poly one. I duplicated it. I started adding some subdivisions, some bevels, some extrusions. subdivided it twice, and ended up with a fairly good smooth model. I placed that over top of the low poly, subdivide it, and I moved some of the vertices into place so that they would engulf most of the low poly mesh correctly and follow the same volumes. So as you can see here, this used to be more inside when you subdivide stuff. So I had to kind of like grab it and move some of those vertices back into place so that they follow the same, like I said, the same volume. So we end up with a closer approximation when we bake out all our maps. But yeah, that's it right there. Alright, let's continue with these fingers. Making them more metally, more blacksmith built. Mash with a hammer at some point. Maybe also battle damage, flatten some sections, I don't know. A million things could happen to this gauntlet through its lifetime and centuries of even being part of the kings, or I don't know. Naix wearing it, who knows? Oh man, that's a pretty long follow train there, guys. Thank you. Still going. Thank you, guys. You Lexi, welcome aboard. Whoops. Too far, Manny. Starting to look pretty okay. My god. Thank you, guys. Man, we're really pushing those follows tonight. We're at, what, 11,620 follows. How many follows is that today? Let me see if I can find those stats for you guys. Holy shit, is that accurate? That seems kind of crazy. So, I mean, we started before midnight. So, I guess last night, when we started streaming, because it's like 4:30 in the morning now. Yesterday we had 84 follows. Since midnight we've had 341 follows, and you guys are still killing it. Good job, you guys. LiveWorkshop. What is the easiest hero to create skins for? That's a good question, man. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tricky because you have to take into account how many items that hero has, how large the hero is, what kind of materials you're putting on those items, and the base model, really, and how much freedom you have, you know, to create something new without going crazy far away from his theme or his keeping him recognizable as the hero. But if you have to put me on the spot, oh my god, I need like the hero map. I mean, it's 100 and something heroes. Easiest hero. probably like Frost or the new hero Frost Weaver or whatever, or if it was available in the workshop, Viper. You know, they're kind of really plain heroes, and there's not much you can do with them. Like Weaver would probably be easy because I don't know, it's more like it's more boring. You'd have to get really creative to do something cool, and I mean we could do that. But the easiest hero to make sets for, I don't know, man. I don't think I can answer that question. I mean, it's not that they're easy. I mean, you have to make it hard on yourself. I would never just make something easy. That'd be boring. But yeah, to answer your question, I mean, without completely evading it, it'd be for a hero that has, I guess, the least amount of items and the smallest amount, like the smallest items, and the best the default hero at the same time. That would lessen the most amount of work from you having to do something crazy. But I don't think anybody would want to do that. I'd be boring as an artist. Or at least to look at it that way, you know what I mean? I think I covered your question in many different ways, just to make sure. I'm kind of not looking at the chat as much as I usually do, so we can finish this since it's getting pretty late here. For whom is this set? This is for Lifestealer, man. Here, let me show you the low poly really quick, and we'll jump back to our Zbrush. Here it is. We're making a Midas as an option for the back instead of the Heart Tarrasque. These are placeholder textures, so bear with me as we finish them in the next week or so. And here's our Zbrush. I'll show you the full Zbrush in a bit. Let me just get through these fingers, because they're not necessarily the funnest part to sculpt, or making them metallic or flat or whatever. Oops. Just got a little bit larger from that angle. Happens. We could spend a lot longer, you know, really finessing this and making it more neat or accurate. But what we're really after here is getting a little bit of this deviations that you see here baked into the normal map and into the ambient occlusion a little bit. Anything past that is not going to really worth it for us, for Dota, or for the resolution that this is going to be. Even for the loading screen at that point, you know. So that's why we're running kind of fast through this section, but we're doing the amount that we actually need exactly. What was this song? Remember this song? Whoops. Can do a better job than that. How long does the Zbrush taking us? Oh god, we spent way too long on this. But we might use this for something else, so that's why we're spending a little bit of extra time to make sure that it looks really nice from all the angles. So yeah, there's the reason why we're spending a little bit of extra time on this. But usually the Zbrush stuff, we can probably do like each one item, one Zbrush thing, one in one night. We've gotten pretty fast at it. Oh. How much does the polygon differ from low poly to high poly? I mean, like multiplier kind of. You mean like the distance between them? Well, the point is to keep them as close as possible. If you, I mean, if you make some areas that you know, extrude out a little bit, like these sections here, that's okay. Like that'll get baked into the normal map, and that's what we want. But you don't want to pull too far away from them because you end up with inaccurate normal map bake, and ambient occlusion is worst if you really mess with that stuff too much. You want to keep it nice and tight and close to each other. How do you start with a piece for the set like the hand? I just sculpted it out of like a cube or something. Here. Oh wait, that's the mid poly. You start low poly. This we're gonna be baking all that stuff that we're doing right now. Just do this little low poly stuff. Oh crap. Wrong tool. It's usually the edges that get all the things that are more exposed. That's what we're gonna do. Gonna think up mostly the edges, just a bit here and there. That might have been too much. Yeah, I don't like this. Ooh, maybe we crack this on quite a bit. Get a little crazy here. What does the whole process of making a set from zero to finished include? That is a good question, dude. I was actually wanting to make a diagram of that to have that, you know, illustrated to you guys. But the way that we do it here, LiveWorkshop, I block out the model in low polygon. So I have the concept in my head already. I don't really need to do a concept any longer in paper or you know, digital or whatever. I have it on my head, and from my head I kind of just get and start modeling it out. And you know, it evolves a little bit, you know, through that process as I'm sculpting it in the low poly and even into the high poly, you know, to some extent. But for the most part, I have the main idea of what I want that set to end up looking like in my head, and I'm able to just model straight out of that. After the low poly is built out, that looks something like this. I unwrap it, which looks something like this. Oh, that's a bad example. There you go. Something like that. Ignore the color. After that, I export those pieces to Zbrush, and I Zbrush the crap out of them. Once they're Zbrushed, we decimate them, which lowers the amount of polygons but keeps the detail. So it does this mathematical equation that, you know, keeps it looking the same but lowers the polygons that are not really changing in direction too much, so you don't even notice that they're gone, but allows you to bake your maps a lot faster, and you know, you use your other programs that are not Zbrush to run a lot quicker, so you can bring those guys in, decimate it, and then bake them, whether you're using Maya, 3D Studio Max, or X normal is what we use to bake our maps. So we bake our lighting maps, we bake our ambient occlusion, we bake our normal map, and then we set up our Photoshop file and start using all those layers to start creating our texture maps that look something like this. Once these guys are done, we apply them to the model, and we keep making iterations and highlights and make sure they look nice and pretty. Somewhere along the process here, this is actually rigged to the skeleton and thrown into the game to test without textures or anything. And then as we move forward and we start throwing it to test it in game with the textures, and after the textures are almost complete, we start doing the materials, and the materials allow us to see the shininess, or you know, tell the game how much shininess we want. Cube maps, reflections, rim lighting, self-illumination, all those things are controlled by those maps. So those are other bunch of textures that you have to do on top of the on top of the color texture that you already did, and the normal maps and all that. So all in all, you do have a crap ton of textures for each item and each set, and it just gets ridiculously time consuming with all the masks, but they end up adding quite a bit, obviously, you know, creating materials for your models and your items. And once we do that, it's not even close to finished yet, man. Even though you think the set is done, it's like, oh great, you know, let's move on to the next thing. After that's done, we have to do the loading screen. So I usually grab our low poly model and I turn it into a mid poly model, and I set up, I pose it by hand. Then I set up the scene, whether there's an environment or not. Maybe we build up some nice little thing, a little prop to go with him for the render. Then we set up the lighting for the scene, do a whole bunch of render tests for the lighting, do different lighting passes, bring those out to Photoshop, and start doing the actual painting of the loading screen or poster or print, whatever we end up using it for. After that, we have the model go into Marmoset, where we do a 360 turnaround, so we can show that as a GIF on the page, and people can see it in 360 degrees in motion. It looks really, really nice. It's a really nice way to promote your set on your own workshop page. And that one requires you to kind of split, or actually no, you bring in all your textures, and you have to set up a new lighting system for that, and do a new post, and have your little stand on there and everything. After we do that, we still have to do the thumbnails for each of the item when we submit. And then we also do the screenshots of the different items, and if there's different spells, we do the screenshots for the different spells while we take the screenshots. And then we take a whole bunch of screenshots, we pick which ones are really good, we bring them to Photoshop, we put them in a nice frame, we color correct them if anything is to be color corrected, and we post them up on the workshop. And then we play the waiting game, and we move on to our next work. That's in a nutshell. I'm sure I skipped a whole bunch of parts in between all those things, but that's it in a nutshell for you. Right now, we're doing the texture and the Zbrush at the same time. Well, we're working on the textures a little bit. You see the textures here. But tonight, I guess, mostly has been just the high polygon sculpture section of this Midas hand. And right now, I actually want some stronger contrast between some of these armor pieces, which is going to create a stronger shadow for me, instead of being so close together or feel like they're part of the same thing. So I'm going to push this vertices a lot deeper into the model and give us a nicer shadow, stronger shadow. This one's not so bad. I'm not too worried about this guy up here. Guy's fine. Maybe a little bit, there'll be a little space between that because of this lift right here. But yeah, nothing. I mean, you won't notice this too much. All I'm more worried about is getting some nice, strong shadows in some sections that will create a better silhouette from far away. Like, see how well this is reading from far away? That's what we want right there. Like, it's got small detail for up close. It's got nice detail from far away. Boom, really, really good. Have I played Dota 1? No, I didn't play too much Dota 1. Maybe a couple of times, but I was too much into Warcraft 3 back then. Early 2000s. Let's have a little fun. Wow, that would be a cool... As you can get a little bit closer to that yellow. It's kind of hard, you know, some of these materials, or matte caps in Zbrush are damn near impossible to actually edit the lighting off, so you're stuck with whatever you got, unless you start one from scratch. I mean, there's so many, you can usually find what you want. Just an example. Still staining 2 browns, but anyways, you guys get the idea. Some of the oxidation that might happen. More metally. My favorite hero: Faceless Void, Nature's Prophet, Life Stealer, Undying, Spirit Breaker, Sand King. To name a few. Another good one. Oh, that's a little closer. Bet you we can get a little more on the orange side with this guy now. Oh, what the hell? It's kind of dull, but I mean the color's kind of nice. It should be shiner. Yeah, that's not a good material. I mean, these are just tests, anyways. This one's nice, a little dark though. Anyways. Let's save our work. Hey Abyss, the rivets go on the sides. No, it's okay, man. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. That makes sense. But especially because that's, you know, the motion, right? You want the motion on the sides where the rivets are. But yeah, we're not worried about that right now. This is so you see that detail from the top side of things. Welcome Abyss, by the way. What's my go-to metacap? This one right here, QW_pewter. My go-to for sculpting. Hey Graham, what's up? And Plunic. Am I able to show some wards? What? Is the lighting already set up in Zbrush? No. The lighting, the lighting is set per metacap. You know, you can't really change the lighting on those metacaps. If you want to make your unique lighting, you have to start from scratch. It's kind of sucks that way. But it's okay. You can still bake out really like all the stuff that you need out of Zbrush, or even bake out metacaps. But you end up with some questionable lighting, so you have to kind of mix and match in Photoshop and come up with a good solution for all of them. I feel like they should be flushed more. Oops. Took me way too many tries. I'm getting tired. Ignore the pixels, we'll never get this close in game. And even with the bakeouts, we'll never see this. What I'm doing though is getting a nicer shadow on these little corners. And making this guy look like it's actually going underneath. Before it was looking like it was just kind of ending at the, you know, right at the edge of it. So yeah, see, that looks way better. It looks like it's actually going in there. That's what we want. So same with this piece, we gotta fix this guy up a little bit. Go. And this guy as well, I think we're gonna fix up. Crazy about this guy. Oh, that is way nicer. Alright. Give that iteration. Can I show you guys some stuff that Dota has used from us? Yes, I guess. I guess it'd be easier if you guys can. That's Twitch. Where do we have renders? I don't think I've updated my website in a while, so I can show you that. What do I got? I mean, on the right side, you can see a whole bunch of things passing through. There's the Phantom Lancer that we did for the Alliance for Loda. Admiral Bulldog that is on hold right now for the Lone Druid one. We have done the Tools of the Mad Harvester for Pudge. The Bloodstained Bridges for Pudge. We have a Juggernaut that we're shooting in pretty soon. We did a whole bunch of Starlighter stuff that is also on hold. And what else? We have a bunch of stuff submitted. A Bloodseeker that we're trying to push into our set. We have a full chest that we're trying to finish up for April 5th, around then. Lots and lots of stuff. All right, I think we've reached. We're almost at the point where that's enough detail and scratches and whatnots. Dirtier, the fingertips, more scratches. Oh, we need more in the top. We need more in the top. Even if they're little, you know, like most of these won't bake to be that strong. But it'll give us a clue as to what, maybe somewhere where we do want to have them, we can emphasize them. Whoa, what the hell? Inside of Photoshop and maybe erase some other ones if we don't want them. There you go, more damage happening on the fingers. What he uses the most. Grip and defend himself or grab weapons. Who knows? Who knows what the hell happened? This poor gauntlet. Oh, OBS is crashing. Oh my god. Alright, restarting the stream. Hold tight.